Yeah, so hello guys, welcome to Accurately Incorrect. This is a monologue space where we get to interact. We try to unlearn before we relearn something. You know, when you want to learn something new, you have to relearn something, and you just have to unlearn what you had learned earlier. It's simple. Ulikuwa umesoma hii, unataka kusoma kitu ingine, there are things which are not so much relevant, you just get rid of them. And that is this space. This is the space. So we want to talk about why we're stuck on the repeat loop. Sometimes it is sort of seen as a disadvantage, but I don't take it as a disadvantage because this is something that you can live on with for a very long time. Remember that it is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And actually that is not my quote. But for today, our mission is very, very intuitive, and we are not just here for songs and just the vibe alone, but we are here also to have an insight, a core insight on what we need to be doing and what we need to be processing as the days go by. So my name is Recha, and allow me to be your sailor's man today. The failure of our systems, our daily systems that compose what we do, what we think, what we react to, what we plan to start or we plan to continue with, these systems are built different, and these systems work differently with different people. Let's say for example, I wake up early in the morning, I have my normal routines. Those are my systems. I can work with my routine and it will assure me a certain reward afterwards. There is someone who will wake up in the morning, do the whatever. Some people do yoga, some people, I don't know, whichsoever. Those are systems that are built to make sure that they are meeting their daily agenda. And the claim is that success and failure are not events, but they're processes determined by your daily agenda. When I say success and failure are not events, I mean that these are two entities differently. They are not events, but they are processes determined by your daily agenda. You want to be successful by the end of the day. Maybe, for example, you want to succeed in maybe doing 10 push-ups in the morning, 10 push-ups by the end of the day, or run 10 kilometers in a day. This success will be a process that will be determined by that agenda. You have an agenda that by the end of the day, I must have learned, I must have run 10 kilometers, and make sure that you're doing it not just to prove it to self, but you're doing it because this is how you're building your system, this is how you're building your success system, and it's something that will really help you. You do not just rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This actually is a quote that I read on John Maxwell WC and Atomic Habits. These are two books. John Maxwell WC wrote a book, Make Today Count. Make your today count. And when you make your today count, you'll just realize that you rise to the level of your goals. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. You will always have great goals, bigger goals, but when your systems are lower, when your systems are not working, when the systems are a prototype of another person's, then you just fall to the level of your system. The implicit assumption is that most people assume that if they haven't changed, then simply they don't want that change badly enough. The underlying reality is that the brain builds habits to solve recurring problems. Let's say, for example, umeamka leo late. Now the brain will try to build a habit to solve that problem of waking up late. It will just try to work itself, prompting you to maybe sleep earlier, prompting you to sleep a little bit earlier, or doing some good habits before sleeping. And it also prompts you to literally just put maybe an alarm, try to wake up. It will also work in line with the internal clock system to make sure that you are also waking up early that time. So that is the underlying reality. The brain builds habits to solve recurring problems with the least amount of cognitive effort. Haitaki mambo mingi, so regardless of whatever the long-term outcome is, the long-term outcome is always beneficial. Regardless of whether the long-term outcome is beneficial, the brain will always build habits to solve recurring problems. We also have common misconception and misinterpretation. People often mistake motion for action. When I'm saying my motion is I will wake up early, then my action needs to be waking up early. We plan, we write down, we do the diaries, we do whatever, we do everything, to-do list. But then when you lack the action, the doing, the action itself, then there is nothing we're going to achieve, because we just keep on the same repeat loop. That is just simply what needs to be done. And most people get wrong is that the goal is never the main thing. The goal is a trap. Actually, we are taught to fixate our eyesights, our visions, and our insights on the goal rather than the system itself. You will have the goal, but when you lack the proper system to execute something in order to give you the reward, which is the goal, you'll never work your way toward victory, because winners and losers always have the exact same goals. It is the system of the winner that distinguishes him from a loser. Everyone, literally, if you're having a marathon race, for as much as the loser wanted to win, that is how much the winner wanted to win. But then what differentiates the two is the system they are using. Maybe the winner just had a proper planned out, a proper layout of how he's going to win his way to success, and that is usually something that differentiates the two. We also have the big leap fallacy. We wait for a bigger defining moment for a massive breakthrough in our lives, but it never happens. Alas, to your shock, it never happens, because in reality, repeat is only broken when you keep on doing the same thing over and over, perfecting it, building better habits, building better systems to improve yourself, and you keep on congratulating yourself with the small wins, small goals, and that is how you actually get yourself out of that repeat loop. Because per se, you want to get maybe a huge sum amount of money from a certain business you started, but then now the profits are increasing with maybe 10%, 5%. And let's say your proper plan out or your worksheet says that you need to have maybe a 50% profit on maybe your today sales, but then you have a 10%. So you just have to marry in the small wins, because if you don't marry in the small wins, you'll never get yourself somewhere or anywhere which is better. So we just need to have that sense of focusing on that system that makes me to achieve that goal, and that will literally help you. You see, that is what we need. That is what we just barely need. That is something that you can't work with. You know, your future is hidden in your daily agenda. Success is a process of preparation. You are not preparing well, then prepare to fail. You're successfully preparing, then prepare for success. You're not even having a proper plan out without an action, you won't succeed. And that is it, not an event of arrival. Success is never an event of arrival. And the repeat is not the lack of willpower or the lack of the resources or anything. It's the presence or the process of the presence of a wrong system. The repeat isn't lack of will, it's presence of wrong system. Small changes doesn't seem to matter in the beginning or at the moment. And that is exactly why they are so dangerous. You stop recognizing them, that is how dangerous they are. They will kill you. And that is for today, accurately incorrect. And nice having you. This is a monologue, so nice having you. Adios.